Start the recording. Um, okay, share screen. All right. Hi everyone. I hope you all are doing good today. Um, my name is Steve, and this is going to be a quick workshop on a brief introduction to Figma. I'm going to go over like the basic tools of Figma and how to use Figma and all the ins and outs of Figma. But also I'll try to give you like a quick insight of like some cool things and really awesome things that you can do with Figma. So just now that we're starting, um, like just a brief overview, like so what is Figma in the first place? So Figma is a software. We can also say that it's a tool basically used to design prototypes and create wireframes. Just in other words, what does that mean? So it means that I can create a whole website or a whole application using Figma and having all the different like aspects, all the different views and functionalities that I want my application to showcase. This is just for you to present your design to someone, but not necessarily that the application will be fully functional. Um, I'm not sure if I'll be able to keep track of the chat, but at any time, if you have any question, just raise your hand or unmute. You can interrupt me at any time. Feel free. Um, some cool stuff that I've seen people doing, like I've seen people using Figma to actually create like resumes, cover letters, and like even like presentation slides and stuff like that. So it's really like very versatile, I would say. Like it gives you one option, but like there's so many more things you can do with it. What are some benefits of using Figma? Well, it gives you like a digital and accessible, access to your design or to your prototype as long as you have Wi-Fi. You can use Figma to collaborate with your friends. Let's say you're doing a hackathon or a competition. You want to all work on the same project at the same time. You can use Figma and like like split the task into like different sections and have you all like work on one project at the same time together. And some very like amazing thing, you can export your design files. You can share them with your friends. You can like some very cool things. You can create a whole website in Figma and somehow extract the code, like the CSS, for example, for like all your style, and you can extract that and put it in the inside the CSS file. So let's say you actually want to implement your website or your application, you can extract some of the styling code from Figma. So as we're going to move towards the next section, is there any question as of now, or I believe we should maybe be able to move. I'm just gonna move to the next section and maybe, so right now I want you all to create an account because I believe that the best way to learn something is actually to like have some hands-on experience. So maybe we'll take 1 minute, letting you all creating an account, or if you already have an account, maybe just open Figma or open your software if you have it installed on your laptop. And in the meantime, maybe if you have any question, feel free to unmute yourself. Can I just get some feedback? How many of you all are ready? Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you. I actually forgot to do that. If you're interested in downloading Figma, you can. Okay, I see some people are ready and done to go. Move to the next section. All right, I guess we'll be moving on. So in my case, I have Figma already downloaded, and you can see here I have some past projects just laying around, and I will be using a new window. So I will go here to create a new file. So basically, you can simply click here on new design when you open Figma. So I'll go and do that, and I'll just be quickly going over the interface. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go over like things like layers, designs, and prototype, and how to share your file and give edit permission to your friends. We're gonna go over creating frames, rectangle, and text, how to group and ungroup components, how to move, copy, and reuse components, and so many more. So these are just like the basic things that I will be going over to begin with. So I'm going to go back to Figma. So when you open Figma, you just get this like boring blank canvas, which is ready to like receive all your ideas and all the amazing things you have in your mind to like, you know, show to people. So one first thing here on the side, we have layers. So basically as I create a frame, so this frame here, so when I click here and select frame, or simply just click F, which is a shortcut, I can basically like create a frame, and the frame will show here inside the layer. So here I have by mistake created another layer, which is inside another one, but I can drag it out, for example, and move it in a way that if I want it to be on top or below another frame. So I'm just gonna get rid of this. You can simply click on delete or backspace to delete something. On the side here, we have the design. So as of now, because I don't really have, like if I don't select anything, it's just going to be the design of whatever the background is. And since I use dark mode, so it's a dark background. If I click on this frame, I'm getting all the design aspects of this entire frame. So like things like the location, like if you see, for example, the X and Y values are going to change based on how I move it. I have the length and the width and the height. So if I move it as I go, like they all move. In the prototype section, we'll be covering that later towards the end of the workshop. But there's a lot of like interesting things that you can do in this section here. So just to move on, the option to share your design is up here. So when you click on share, you get the option to like maybe send the link and change the permission to like from only view to edit. And so we went over frames and how to share files. Sometimes we just don't want to create a frame. We just want to create a rectangle. Let's say this is my, I don't know, tablet, for example, and I want to create a button. So I can just create a rectangle here. And if you see here, Figma actually helps you to like align things to like the parent container. So here I can align it here in the middle, for example, if I want it like in the center. But since it's a button, I want to drag it maybe a little bit down like this. And I can add some text. Like you can simply click like this icon here, or just the key on your keyboard T to like create a text, fill the text area, and you can type this button, for example, and you can center it. You can put it like this in the middle. So you have those options here in the design section. So like actually like give the option of like how you want to align the text, and I can change the color. This is the color of the fill. Sorry. I can change the stroke. This is the stroke of like basically like the contour of the text. But we'll be going over that like a bit later. Just moving on. So let's say I've created this button here, and I want this button and the text. Let me actually undo this. Just to Control Z. This looks a bit like this. Okay, and I want to reuse, let's say, this button to have it somewhere else. And every time I want to move some things, I have to like move this, and then I have to drag this as well, which is a bit of a tedious task, that I will have to like repeat every time again and again. So what I can do is that I can hold down Shift, select the text, and select the box. And what I do is that now both of them are linked together, and I can move it around. But something else I can do is just like group them together. So I can do Control G, or here, select this option here to like group the selection. So as I group it, you'll see here on the side, they now form a group that I can rename, for example, to button 1. And if I open it, I have the rectangle and the text. This is a button. So now if I want to move the button, I can just move it like this. Let's say I want to like, I'm not happy with this group anymore. Like I want them to like be split. So I can just select it and then just undo like the groupment that I've done earlier. So when I undo it, so now they are not together anymore. But like really having things grouped sometimes like make things easier. So like let's say I want to move it, for example. That's an example that we saw. Let me just regroup it again. Group selection. Just moving it it makes it easier. But also if I want to copy it, I mean, we can do the old-fashioned Control V, Control C, Control V to copy. But something very cool in Figma is that you can hold down Alt, and when you click on the object and you drag it away, it actually duplicates it and makes a copy of it. So let's say I want to create like 4 buttons like of like this same type. I can hold down Alt, drag it down, and drag the section down, and easily I have 4 buttons of like the same styles. So this really like makes it easier to like reuse the components, and it actually saves us a lot of time when doing that. So this was one thing. What I can do right now, I wanted us to go through like a whole guided, I would say, example of using Figma. So if you're familiar with the CS Hub server, or you have been around for like a while, You may have heard about our resume roast events or the channel in the CSF server. So I wanted to my idea was to design an application similar to resume roast, but like in a more professional way. So allowing people to upload their resume and maybe saying like something about this resume, what they've done with it, and having other people reacting to it by like liking or leaving a comment or sharing with other people and stuff like that. So this is basically what we'll be doing today. Hopefully the time will allow it. So to start, I've created this folder here with like some icons that I'm going to reuse because really to get access to those icons, you can either look them up online or you can use a plugin here in Figma to have access to like icons and stuff like that. But I wanted us to save time, so I've already pre-downloaded them. So what I can do is that I can share this file with you folks. And so if you want to like follow along, if you want to follow along using the same icons and everything, you're free to do so. And so I see some of you already here. So what I'm going to do now is that since this one will be occupied, I'm going to maybe duplicate this one. I can duplicate. And using this duplicate version to like start making my changes. So to have an idea of like what I want, to like see where I want to go, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to drag this window out and have it here on the side, basically, and create two windows like this. All right. So essentially, the first thing we want to do is to create a frame. The frame essentially is your screen, your phone screen. So to do so, in the inspect, in the prototype section, I have the option to create, to select a device that I want to work with. So many options here include iPhones, so many series of iPhones, Android, small and large, iPads, you have even laptop screens and TVs and watches. So it really gives like a range of like devices you can work with. If you all know me, I'm an Android guy, so I'm gonna work with an Android phone, Android device. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select a large one and I'm going to create a frame. So what I can do here is that I am creating a frame, but if we check it, like if I try to visualize this frame as it is right now, by pressing on this button here to like present, it's going to load by design and show it to me like this. I see here that, I mean, I have my frame here, but it's not really aligned to the screen. So what you really want to do is to like ideally have your frame and your screen being the same size. So if I go back to prototype and I go back to the prototype and look at my screen size, I see it's 360 by 80. So what I can do is that I can select the frame, go to design, and give it the option of the size of 360 by, oh, sorry, did I say 80? 360 by 800. Okay, and this size gives me the size that I actually need for my device screen. So it makes everything just more like, I don't know, just better. And yeah, so now here that I have my first frame, what I want to do is that I want to create a loading page. So first of all, I'm going to call this frame, I'm gonna call this frame loading. It's this frame over here, and everything inside this frame, I would ideally want to like have it inside loading. So to start with, I want to select the color of the frame. Let's see, which color did I select? Okay, it's the same color as this one. So I can come here, fill. I can use I forgot how this tool is called. I think the drop. I don't know. I don't remember, but basically I can select any color like already present in the design. So I can select it and apply the color of the color that I've selected to the material that I want to apply the color on. So here I have created this first frame and apply the color. And what I want to do basically is to create like this top bar here at the beginning, at the top. I'm actually realizing that this is not the same color. What I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna give it a different one like this. Select some of those elements here that I already have. But if I select this here, like this, I can do a multiple select at once like this. Select this, and this. And I can just copy it by holding down Alt and copy this whole section. And this is like just makes things so easy to like reuse, and that's actually like the beauty of it, in my opinion. So if you see here, since I've dragged those elements into this frame, they actually appear under loading here. So something that I want to do is to actually have that also inside another element so that I can use it as my top bar for the like the front top bar. So I'm just going to drag these out and create a rectangle to which I'm going to assign let's say 260 by which size did I give here? By 38. Okay, let's skip that. I can edit the height here by 38, and I can apply the color and put it here, put this back inside here. And really Figma helps me to like align the elements. So this is like I don't know about you all, but I just feel like this is such a beauty to have. So now that I have that here, I can copy this element here, but I can copy multiple at the same time. So if I select this, oh, this one is a bit weird. Okay, I can select this. I hold down Shift, select multiple elements at the same time, and hold down Alt to drag everything together right here. And that looks pretty much like something that I want. So I'm just gonna maybe take a quick break asking how's everyone doing so far. Or if everything's going good, maybe we can move on. All right, I guess, okay, everything is going good so far. Really, like at any time, if you have any question to ask, or if anything is not looking as expected on your side, feel free to unmute and interrupt me and let me know. So I've created a logo. So if you look at this is actually not an image, but it's a logo that I've just created here in Figma. So I would actually want to recreate something similar to that. So always staying in the loading frame, I'm going to create a rectangle. How to create a rectangle? I mean, just use the rectangle tool. But if I want a square, I mean, sure, you can create a rectangle and then just adjust the height and the width in this section. But an easier way to have like your height and your width being the same is while drawing the rectangle, you would want to hold down Shift, and basically Figma will help you to have the height and the width being the same as you are scaling your rectangle. So now that I've created, actually, I want a rectangle. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to create a rectangle. Maybe I'm just gonna get the same size as here. The rectangle is 128 by 128. I'm first going to center it to the frame and give it a 128. So you see here, because this is a square, I have my height and width like they will be moving at the same time, essentially. If you don't want to have that like being applied, you can just select this button here to like have your height and your width being changed freely. But since that's not something that I want, I will undo that and have it back here and give it the height and width of 128. But what I see here is that this is a filled rectangle. I cannot align it. Okay, there we go. So what I want is that I want this to only be like a non-filled rectangle. So in the fill section here, where I give the color, what I can do is that I can just set it to transparent. And now I can see it. Like it's there, but I think I lost it. Wait, it's right here. Okay. So the rectangle is here, but I can't see it. So what I can do now is to just add a stroke, which is the border around the rectangle. And maybe give it a border of 3, size 3, and give it a color of like the same thing that I wanted. So just to, for the sake of time, I'm just going to copy, paste this one here to here, and have it right here in the center. Oh, okay, one is well aligned, but not the other. Okay, all right. So this is my loading page that I wanted to create. I will be speeding up the second part, which is the login page, and maybe cover prototypes and show you folks like how the whole application like looks like. So what I'm going to do now is I want to create another frame for the login option. You can create another frame on the side, like going to frames, create a frame, and create another one here, and then you'll have to adjust the size again and stuff like that, which I don't want to do. I'm a lazy guy, you know. So what I want to do here is that I'm just going to duplicate this same frame here by holding down Alt. Oops, I want this to be here actually, okay? I'm gonna hold down Alt, duplicate this whole frame, and just start changing things, you know, like first of all, I want to rename it to login. I don't want these things anymore. I don't want this. I don't want this. Do I want to keep this? Maybe, yeah, I'll keep this. and maybe just change the background to something a bit lighter. And from here, I will be adding 3 fields. I mean, 2 fields and 1 button. So I want to ask the user for email and password, and give them the option to like have this button to like let them log in, or these things at the bottom here to give them the option to either go to the sign up page if they don't have an account. So first thing first, I'm going to need a rectangle. So I'm gonna create a rectangle. Let's say I want it to be 252 by, let's say 86. And that's a bit big. 64. Say 64 and have it right here. Align the vertical. But this is quite a boring button, don't you think? Like it's just squared. I want to give it some like border, like radius that I've like the same thing I've done here. And to do so, I can just click on it and go here in the corner radius section and give it a value, let's say of 10. And this gives me this like rounded corner here that we kind of see a lot these days in text field areas on like website and so on. So I've created this here. I want this field to be for email. So I create a text area and just type email. I want it to be aligned to the left, aligned to the center, vertical center. And I can have this being aligned this way, and maybe just gray it out a little bit, just enough like this. And here I've created text field for the email. So I want to create another one for the password field. I can go ahead and create another rectangle and do the whole things, but I won't do that. I will just hold down Alt and drag it down like this. And I realize that, oh, I also want the text to be duplicated. So what I will do, I click on the rectangle and I click on the text. You can group them together if you want, but this time I won't do that. Now that I've selected the both of them, I can just hold down Alt and duplicate 2 components and give it a field. The text here of password. So now I've created a text field for the email and the password. We often see that, let's say, like on some websites, like they have this option here of like the password field to either be like you know, like only dots and stuff like that, or giving the user the ability to see what they are typing. So I actually wanted to like add that to the design. You can go ahead online, look for an icon for that, but I've already got one here. So what I'm going to do is that I'll just select this and press Alt and duplicate it and bring it all the way. I've done something here that y'all haven't seen, but I didn't press Alt all the way to where I wanted it. So I actually moved this original icon. So I'm gonna press Alt down, have it here, and just maybe have it somewhere here. Yeah, that's something like, it actually looks like an application. Like if I go ahead and actually see how it looks like I have this here. Okay, no, that's not it. Right here, I have this here. This is the home, and this is the text, like the login page, how it's looking so far. So let's going back to this. I want to add a button. I can just go ahead and copy the same rectangle, bring it a bit down, and size it a little bit down as well. So I'll go to design. This was 250, maybe having it at 200 by maybe 56. Still too big, I think, in my opinion. Let's try 48. I'll have it somewhere here, and then maybe change the text, the color of the button, and add a text. I can duplicate this text field instead of go ahead and creating a new one. Just saves time, login. And because I can't see it right now, so I'll select the text and put it white. Well, the text field is a line, but not the text itself. So I can just click on this button here to align the text to the center of the text field. That's pretty much it for the login page. I will probably just go ahead and copy paste the remaining of the designs for sake of time. I will copy this. Let me see here. Bring it down here. Add this, copy, paste, bring it right here. Sorry. The next thing I want to do is that I want to add some interaction, basically, between like having some sort of like a feedback from like the buttons and like when you click on like different sections of your application. But what I'm going to do here, because I need more of them, I'm just going to go ahead from here. I will copy this home section. I copy the home section, bring it here. And literally like doing all those things is like, it's like pretty much the same thing of like what you've been doing so far. So I just wanted to like move on onto like more like cool stuff that I actually want to like show you guys. So here, I'll copy this one here. So what I want to do is to like add some sort of interactions between this login button and this like home section. So what I can do is that when the user click on login, I will go to prototype and add an interaction. So I click here on interaction, I click on the plus. And what I see here is that I have the option to like edit this interaction. So I want on top, so you have like many options here on drag, like while hovering on the button and stuff like that. You can do like many like different things of interactions, and like it's just up to you to like be creative and like what you want. But what I want you is like on top, what I want is to navigate to a different page. What I want that page to be, I want it to be the home section. For simplicity here, let me do something. I'm just going to delete this whole thing. I don't need it anymore. So I'll select this button, add, navigate to home. So now you see here, there's this arrow here linking this button to this frame. This means that if I go to this section here, like to view how the application looks like so far, which means that whenever I will be clicking login, I will be able to like access the next page. So like this gives like like a sense of like an actual use case. Like the use case here is a login function. So I actually have like that aspect being like showcased in my design in my application. Let's say the user doesn't have an account and they actually want to sign up. So what I want here is to like not select the whole thing. I just want this text here. Sign up. I click on I only want sign up here. Sorry, sign up, and I can add an interaction. I want the interaction here to be that on top, I will navigate to the sign up page. So here, basically, I have a link between the sign up and the sign up page. So this means that in my design here, I don't know if it actually actualizes it. It should, okay. When I click on the sign up, it leads me to like the page in which I can ask the user like for first name, last name, and create a password and stuff like that, so that they can create an account and access the next page. Something that I want to show here is that in the application here, I'll actually go back to this. You'll see that as I scroll down, the home section here, this bar, and the bottom section here are fixed. Like as I scroll, it's not moving. And that's actually what's expected from an application. And in order to do that, like after you've designed all your different sections that you have, what you want to do is that, first of all, on the frame itself, so on the home frame, you want to add an interaction here. The interaction that I have here is overflow scrolling. So this, you can just like select it, or by default, it's set to no scrolling. This means that when I view it here, hold on, when I view it here, it's home. By default, it's set to no scrolling, but I've probably like made a lot of changes right now that it's hard to like revert. But by default, it's set to no scrolling, and once you give it the scrolling option, all the elements of like the page will be scrolling. And if I want the like this like top frame and this bottom frame here to not scroll as like not disappear as I scroll down, I can just go to design and allow this option here to like fix the position when scrolling. If I click, if I undo that action here and I show it here, you'll see that these elements here are actually scrolling down as I'm scrolling. So you really want to like have them being fixed, have that enabled if that's some like feature that you're looking for. And I see it's almost 6:50. We have about 10 minutes left. So maybe I can take some question now if there is any. How's everyone doing? Well, I guess we are doing. Oh, for the scrolling option, is there for the scrolling option? Is the rectangle bigger? Can you elaborate on your question? What do you mean by the rectangle? Like, do you mean the frame? Because if you mean rectangle by frame, it's the whole frame that I've actually selected. So what I've done here is that, oh, okay, no, okay, now I see, I understand your question now. So yeah, so basically the frame, if you see here, let's say I copy the sign up section, let me copy this. So what I've done for the frame is that I've taken the frame size and I just extended it like further and further, and you can like have it like extended like as deep as you want, and this will give you that effect of like scrolling down. So even here I have like this is actually like what it's doing here. So basically the size of the device is like only this much, but I can have the frame being like as long as I want or as like wide as I want. So this means that even if you want to like implement some scrolling on the side, let's say for example on Uber Eats, for example, and you have like those options to like scroll like on the side to like see different like food sections that the restaurant is like offering, you can actually just uh, widen your frame and implement some you know scrolling, but instead of vertically, this will be horizontally for like the specific section that you want to implement that on. So here you'll be changing the horizontal scrolling to, oh sorry, you'll be changing the vertical scrolling to a horizontal scrolling, or you can have both enabled at the same time. I hope that answers your question. Where is the recording going to be posted? This recording will be posted on the CSUB website, and it will be available to you after like by tonight for sure. I'm gonna catch a lecture now. Thank you so much. Thank you for attending. It was my pleasure being to like host this workshop. So I'll just maybe give you a rundown on like the final version here that I've created. So if I run this, starting with this, and you'll see I've implemented this like kind of like loading option, like when I start the application here, I don't have to click anything, but it leads me to like the next page. So this is also something you can do in the prototype here. Selecting this frame, you see I've added a delay of 1 second. So basically that's what it's doing. When I start it, I'm going to close it and restart it again. So when I started, I have this like loading effect basically like being showcased. So I can go ahead and let's say I will log in, or let's say I don't want to log in but create an account. I can sign up, enter my informations. Maybe let's say that, oh, I actually have an account, I forgot. Okay, let me go back to login, type my informations and log in. And here I can see that I can see some like examples of like resumes that people have posted here. I can go ahead, maybe give a like or comment on their okay. I can give a leave a comment or share with other people. I can go ahead and maybe browse. Let's say I want to search for like our one and only favorite John Doe, and I can go ahead and look for Mr. Doe, and I have Jane Doe, John Doe. I see Steve Doe even here. I can go, let's say I want to reach out to a friend. I have my friend list here, all those people. And let's say I want to go and edit my profile, and go check like the profile section, and I see like all those things here. I can like it really like gives like the person you're presenting your design to this aspect of like this feeling of like how the application will actually look like, and something that you can actually do. If I go back here and let's say I actually want to implement this application in Android Studio, for example, and I actually like don't know like what I like the styling and everything. I can go to inspect. Let's say I select the profile section, and this gives me like all the style basically that I can like import to Android Studio to like just ease the coding part of the application. If not that, there's always a plugin you can find to like generate like um a better code that will like be closer to like what you're looking for. So maybe like um since we've got some more time, I can showcase maybe another application here. This is, let's say, CS Sub one day had like, have so much money, and we decided to like open our own coffee, like our own cafe. And because we believe that every developer deserves like its own coffee, its own coffee. So here, this is the application. I have the option to like log in, and I have the option to like go and select like what I want. Let's say I want a hazelnut coffee. I want this one. I'm expecting. I try to like get more information about what I want to order here. So I see, okay, it's this, and this. I have the price. I can buy it and confirm the order and pay. And yeah, this is just like a really like a way to like give like a sense of like a use case of like how the application will look like, how it's going to work. But like if anything like coding, that's something that's a different story. Like I remember like I used to do like like hackathons like at the beginning of my university journey, and then I would see like people like designing like a whole app with like amazing features, like it looks so clean, and I used to be like, how those people design this whole thing in like a span of like one day or like but I didn't know they were using Figma, and that's like I don't know, like it's just an amazing tool like to have like like I don't know about you all, but like this is awesome. This is an awesome like software and tool to use, and I hope some of you all will be using that for the hackathon on Saturday, and I look forward to like see what y'all be building. All right. I see we have some more people here. Is there any question you may want me to like answer now, or just in case, maybe I will be also available on Saturday for the whole day. So if you need any help with Figma or anything else, you can always like reach out to me and anyone else in the team. Actually, you can reach out to Bailey. Bailey is here in the um, in the call as well. You can reach out to her. And oh, go ahead, Eloise. I think you just muted yourself again. Oh, okay, okay, I see. Okay, you can type if that's something that'll be better. How do you keep the bottom? Okay, yeah. So basically, I'm gonna share my screen again to keep the bottom bar fixed. What I've done here, when I came here and selected this rectangle, and it's not just a rectangle that I want to actually fix. I want also like select all the elements inside the rectangle. So if let's say you have that grouped, that'll be like actually the better option to have. So once you select everything, basically let's say I've selected everything, I'll come here inside design, and I have to check this box here, fix position when scrolling. So this will allow this bar, this bottom bar, to always be fixed to like this position, which is at the bottom, even when I'm scrolling. So this is how you do it. Oh, okay, awesome, awesome. No worries. All right, is there any other question? All right, it's 7:01. I believe there isn't, um, you all don't have any more questions, but literally, like if you have any question, I'm in the Discord as well. You can ping me if there's anything you want. And as I said, I'll be there on Saturday to like provide some help with like Figma and like anything else. Thank you so much for attending this workshop on Figma. And there will be 2 more workshops tomorrow, and like the ones coming tomorrow will be even more cool. So you might want to like attend these ones too. Thank you so much, and have a good evening, everyone.